Hi, Jessica. How's it going?
Very well. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm so excited by this film. Congratulations.
Thank you for saying that. I'm very excited by the film too. I'm excited it's finally coming out.
I know because it's been a while.
Yeah.
There's a line in this film that Khadija says to Mace, and she says, "Getting in the room isn't the same as getting in." Jessica, you are in the room with this
Am
film.
I?
Yeah, you've made it in the film, but do you know what I love? You've brought others with you. How
Oh.
did this happen?
Well, I had the idea to make this film. I was on the jury in Cannes in 2017, and they are always um, raising money for financing. It's a great film market in Cannes. And I had noticed there was all these posters for these male ensemble action films. And I kind of just turned to my agent and I said, why don't they ever make that kind of film with a female ensemble, but not like a joke? It's not a joke that women are good at their job and like
Yeah.
strong and like they're strong and capable and cunning. And my agent Hilda Queeley said, you know what, you got to figure out how to make this, and this, what if we go to actresses and all of these things, and that's how it all came to be. It really was um, when I was learning, the learning curve on it was very steep. I'd never done anything like this before, but I'm so glad. I'm so glad I made it.
I'm so glad you did as well. And I'm not the only one. I saw on your Instagram, you put up a post and Edgar Ramirez was talking, and it was his first day on set. And he said, "This is karma. We all did something good sometime before this year to have the opportunity to be here and play together." What was that set like?
It was very special. I remember the very first day of shooting was in Paris, and everyone was there, and we kept looking at each other saying, I don't understand, how do we get away with this? How are we making this film? It was so much fun. Everyone was always in a great mood. I mean, my favorite story though, because Edgar and Sebastian, I called them up and I said, hey, do you guys want to be the eye candy in our action film? And they're like, yeah, we do. And we were at a restaurant in Paris, all the cast, and I noticed, like, we're eating and joking. It was Diane's birthday, and I looked over at the guys, and they weren't really eating, and they were like drinking tea. And I was like, "What's going on?" And Edgar was like, "Oh, I'm taking my shirt off tomorrow on set," or like whatever. And I realized it's the first time I've ever been on a film set where the women are like, we're having dessert, we're drinking wine, and the men are very concerned about how they're going to look the next day. And I thought, this is the kind of set I want to be.
I absolutely love it. And do you know what I loved as well, Jessica? That it was just so diverse. And me pointing it out makes a big deal about it, right? But it didn't feel like a big deal in the film because it just was.
Oh, that
Finally.
makes me happy.
Yeah. And like, sometimes you see these stories, it's just like, okay, they've ticked this box and ticked this box. But I feel like this film just was. What impact do you hope it has in Hollywood?
Uh, well, I didn't think about that in terms of like the impact in Hollywood. Actually, there's so much about this film. It's kind of like anti-nationalism, in a way. It's about when we work together, that's how we solve problems.
Yeah.
And that's on a global scale. And it's so interesting that this film was made before the pandemic, because we're now globally actually trying to figure that out. It's a film that is about demolishing kind of borders and boundaries, in the sense that, everyone can try to do things on their own. Just like Mace, she can try to do it just with, her colleagues. But the reality is they're only successful when they reach across and they try to, they share information and their skills. And so that's the story I wanted to tell. And the only way you can really achieve that is if it's inclusive, in terms of beyond the film industry, in terms of anything. The more ideas you have, the more backgrounds you have, the more the different demographics, then I think that's actually how you have the most information.
And finally, again, I was stalking your Instagram. On your Instagram,
do it.
There was a video you put up as well. It was about Kindness Day and what made you happy. And you said, if I work with people that make me happy to go to work every day, then I'm going to want to repeat that experience again and again. Please tell me you're repeating this experience, because I need to see this again.
Oh, I hope so. I mean, listen, it all depends on what an audience, uh, you know, asks for and demands. I mean, the reality is I didn't make this film to try to like, oh, I want to be an action star or any, I mean, I don't want to kind of be any type of associated to any type of genre. I'm happy to do all the genres, but I made this film as like a rebellious act, in the sense that to show what women do and what they're capable of. And if an audience likes to see Diane, you know, riding a motorcycle through a Parisian arcade, and, you know, Penelope, she's so funny in the scene where she's like trying to get the information at the auction, and Lupita, her fight scene that she has with the headscarf in the hammam. I mean, all of these things are just so exciting to see. If an audience responds to that, I'm very happy to find other ways that we can extend the story.
Yeah, well, Jessica, here's to you rebelling, because I'll watch any of your rebel moves. Thank you so much.
Thank you very, very much. It's wonderful talking with you.
You too. Thanks, Jessica.
Bye.